big cat. Welcome to my therapy. This ain't your ordinary world, it's extraordinary. See, I'm a high priestess light, walk ahead and guide your way through the waves of life. We'll find a new path to embrace. Tarot, astrology, numerology in our hands. No weapon formed against you shall ever stand. We're winners, we never quit, we always keep on going. Quitters never win, but we're always growing. Hey there, big cat, let's chase the highest vibration. Together we'll create a new world, a brand new nation.
Namaste! Grand Rising Big Cat Fire Signs. Welcome or welcome back to Big Cat Astrology, Big Cat Wave. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The planetary hot topics to add to your almanac over the next 7 days. On the 22nd of September, the Sun enters Libra. This is the fall equinox, also known as Mabon. It marks the beginning of a period of focused on balance and relationships. The fall equinox represents equal day and night, symbolizing the balance between light and dark, and marks the transition between introspection. Lasting until the 23rd of October, this season invites you to reflect on your connections with others and seek harmony in your life. You may find yourself focusing on improving your relationships, resolving conflicts, or finding equilibrium in personal and professional matters. The fixed star Sept, known for success and protection, enhances the positive aspects of this transit, encouraging fairness, grace, beauty in your life. On the 23rd, the moon in Gemini is conjunct to Jupiter in Gemini. A lively and optimistic energy surrounds communication, learning and intellectual growth. You may feel more open to sharing your ideas or exploring new concepts, with opportunities for expansion in social or academic settings. This could manifest in engaging conversations, a successful group project, or a fun social event that broadens your perspective. The fixed star Pollux in Gemini adds mental agility and resilience, marking this as a time to shine through your communication skills and curiosity. On the 24th, Mercury in Virgo trines Uranus in Taurus. Mercury is in its domicile Virgo, making it especially strong and productive during this transit. This trine to Uranus brings a burst of mental clarity and innovation, encouraging you to think creatively and find practical solutions. You might feel inspired to implement new ideas or systems that streamline your work or daily life. Situations could lead to unexpected breakthroughs, technological upgrades, or conversations that spark new insight. The fixed sign Aldebaran in Taurus enhances determination and practicality, helping you make grounded and innovative changes that last. On the 25th, Mercury in Virgo trines Pluto in Capricorn. Deep analytical thought, allowing you to get to the heart of complex issues and making lasting changes. You might find yourself drawn to research, uncovering hidden information, or tracking difficult conversations with clarity and resolve. You could involve solving problems at work, having a transformative discussion, or rethinking long-term strategies. The fixed star Vega in Capricorn leads wisdom and strategic insight, making this a powerful time for intellectual breakthroughs and deep reflection. On the 26th, Mercury enters Libra, lasting until the 22nd of October. You may find yourself focusing on harmony in conversations, aiming to mediate disputes or see things through different perspectives. It is an ideal time for negotiating, discussing partnership matters, or addressing social justice issues with fairness. You might engage in thoughtful dialogue, work on creative collaborations, or aim to resolve conflicts peacefully. The fixed star Sept, in alignment with Mercury in Libra, enhances your ability to communicate gracefully, and with good judgment, bringing success in partnerships. On the 27th, the moon in Leo squares Venus in Scorpio. Emotional intensity clashes with the need for affection, creating potential tension in relationships or social interactions. You might feel torn between expressing your deeper feelings and maintaining harmony, leading to misunderstandings or emotional outbursts. This could manifest in conflicts in romantic relationships, power struggles, or feeling underappreciated by loved ones. The fixed star Regulus in Leo may heighten your desire for recognition and respect, pushing you to stand up for your emotional needs, but warning against pride. On the 28th, the moon in Leo sextiles Jupiter in Gemini. A playful and expansive energy flows, marking it an excellent time for socializing, learning, and creative endeavors. You may feel more optimistic and open to new experiences, with opportunities to connect with others or explore fresh ideas. You might attend an event, take on a creative project, or engage in light-hearted conversations. The fixed star Pollux in Gemini sharpens your intellectual abilities, helping you express yourself clearly and confidently during this transit. Please stay tuned in for the tarot reading to follow. Big Cat Wave. Namaste! Grand Rising, Big Cat Fire Signs. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Big Cat Wave. Let's dive right in and unpack. Oh, there's marauders in here because I've changed up my office. There was on-board stuff. Let me just quickly take them out. Good golly and gosh. Oh, you have the energy of a 7, darling dears. Genius mode. Love it. I don't hate it. Okay, according to the Loshu grid, darling dears, lean in, bestie. This is representative of a westerly direction as well as the energy of Earth, darling dears. When we speak about Earth, this is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So it's about your stability, darling dears. Your career, your status, things that you acquire. Okay. All right. According to the Loshu grid, darling dears, the element of the 7 is representative of entertainment, creativity, and as well as your children. It's representative of the autumn months, so something going down in the autumn months, westerly direction it's coming from or going towards. Okay, it's also representative of the colors white, white and pastel colors as well. So those will be your power colors over the next 7 days. All right, you could be a life path 7, darling dears, or the number 7, 16 or 25 will be prevalent in your life over the next 7 days. The letters G, P and Y are representative of the 7, as well as the planet Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces. Pisces rules the letters O and Z. So you've got G, P, Y, O and Z. It's also representative of the South Node, darling dears. And the South Node is about your past life experiences as well as your early experiences. Some of it's about your inborn abilities, your prior development, darling dears, things that you're trying to overcome. So it's something to do with the South Node that you're trying to release over the next 7 days. Okay. The energy of the 7 is also telling me that you're psychic. We are all psychic, darling dears, but it's whether or not you utilize that energy. It speaks of you being highly intuitive, a seeker, as I said, in genius mode. Your luckiest numbers will be the 4, 5, and 7. Your luckiest days will be Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Avoid the numbers 2, 3, 6, and 8. It's representative of a semi-sextile, so this is going to be a healing and transformative time for you, darling dears. And again, it's something to do with the energy of Chiron. Please look where your Chiron placements are on your birth natal chart. Okay. All right. It's about, because the Neptune energy is could be about illusions you tell yourself. It could also represent some kind of confinement, whether to a mental institution, a hospital for pregnancy, or to the prison itself, darling dears, with the prisoners, just like R. Kelly. It's about you utilizing forgiveness, darling dears, as you release things in your life over the next 7 days. It tells me that you're going to be extremely diplomatic. You're acquiring or have acquired a new level of knowledge and wisdom, darling dears. This is from some deep introspection. Some of you have gone on a path of learning, okay, learning new things, higher learning, possibly even a keyboard gangster, learning of your own accord. But it's definitely spiritual, darling dears. Most definitely spiritual. Okay. The energy of the 7 also speaks about there's a mystic air around you, darling dears, or you are a mystic. Okay. It's time for you to reflect, darling dears. Time for you to take the time over the next 7 days, darling dears, to go within and seek that balanced equilibrium within, darling dears. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. It tells me that you are being protected at this moment in time. For some, this is also a prompt or a push to move, relocate. Maybe you are going to be relocating to the west, okay? Or coming from the west to wherever it is you're going, darling dears. But it's definite relocation for some. It's about you continuing to be focused on your true purpose, darling dears. Not on your ego, because it's not your amigo. We have the element of a 2, darling dears. It speaks about travel. All forms of business travel is going to go exceedingly well for you over the next 7 days. Also, sorry, I just got a message from one of my progenies. They always message me when I'm online. No one messages me before then. Okay. So it's not to make any rash decisions, darling dears. The energy of the 2, darling dears, you've got to be careful with the decisions you make. We've got the 3. Why? Somebody feels conflicted about some kind of life path change of path, change of duty, whatever you're about to do. Someone's not happy about it, darling dears. The energy of the 2 says that your traveling is going to be going well. The energy of the 2 is also a reminder that some of you may even be going towards a love affair. It speaks about having good luck in business, in travel. You're going to get gifts. You'll be getting compliments. Okay. The energy of the 1 is a reminder not to make a decision until after the next new moon in October. Okay. Moving forward. Okay. So the energy of Neptune. All right. Lean in, bestie. The energy of the 12th house. This speaks about is that your connection to the unseen world, okay, and it shows up in your life as intuition. You have been extremely sensitive, a truly empathic nature. The 12th house is about your hidden self, your patterns of the past, things that you're trying to release. Energy, the Chiron energy is coming into this strong, darling dears. Okay. It also speaks about relieving some kind of karmic debt. Somebody's being confined. Yes. A mental institution. Okay. It also speaks about the releasing of some kind of escapism, darling dears. I think you're realizing the self-undoing that you've been telling yourself, some kind of hidden pattern that you have to let go of. Okay. All right. The 12th house is also the house of hidden enemies. Okay. As well as foreigners. But definitely a highly spiritual house, the energy of the 12th house. Let's press on. Let's press on. So if someone don't like what you've got going on, eh? Let's get a card. Energy for the fire signs. First card I saw flip up. Oh, the 11th house, darling dears. The 11th house is Aquarius and Uranus energy. So sudden changes in a situation could be you offloading some friends. The 11th house is the house of friendships. It's of groups. It's about your hopes and your goals. It also speaks about ambitions, darling dears. Your ambitions are not aligning with a certain group of friends. Maybe this is part of a karmic pattern or cycle that you're about to release. Okay. The energy of the 12th house is also the house of technology. Maybe you are doing something online, or the realization is going to be online, darling dears. Yeah, definitely something to do with energy. The 11th house is also the money that you get from employers. Maybe somebody's looking at that. This is why they're mad. Okay. Always watching your pocket, eh? And they should be minding their own business. Oh, turned right. Oh, well, it doesn't matter who's watching, darling dears. As the energy of the 7 is telling us, the ancestors are saying that you are being covered by your security team. Remember to call them if you want assistance. They're not going to help you unless you ask, darling dears. Okay. Ancestral coverage. You also got the energy of the 10th house as well. So this is about your status, darling dears. It could be a rising status. That can be from a new job, a new line of learning. The energy of the 10th house is also about because the 10th house is the medium coli. In Latin, that means the middle heavens, darling dears. So it's how you're perceived publicly. So it's your career, the direction that you're going in. Yeah, but it also speaks about your reputation, prestige. This also speaks about financial success coming your way. Something that's being guided towards you. Okay. Something to do with your joints of the body at this moment in time. It also tells me that with the energy of the 10th house, you're the breadwinner of your family. Base of the deck, sun energy. This is holidays, darling dears. Travel, possibly meeting someone on business trip. For some, this is a pregnancy and the birth of a child. Sun card, good golly and gosh. I know, bestie. I know. All right. Energy of the sun, your inner child. This is your fire energy, darling dears. Big cat Leo energy. Okay. So it's about your self-esteem, your achievements. Definitely some kind of holiday or vacation that you're going to be going on. It could be you might meet a soulmate there, or somebody's going to be traveling for their marriage. Okay, it speaks about a happy time going forward. It also speaks about nice surprises turning up for you over the next 7 days. It's all about your growth, darling dears, and the things that you put down. Okay. Leaving situations behind, only going towards what's there for you, darling dears. Reaching out to what's reaching out to you. Okay, definitely the releasing of someone who isn't known as a hidden enemy. Again, the 12th house. Let's get your oracle ancestral message. Thank you. Leading with the forgiveness, darling dears. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. We already said this with the energy of the 7, darling dears. Forgive them and let it go. It doesn't mean that you have to still eat from the same table, darling dears. You can love them from afar, in a distance where they can barely see. That's the best place. Forgive them, darling dears, and keep it moving, keeping it popping, darling dears. Lots of green energy. This is representative of the heart chakra. So it speaks about you having more compassion, and the compassion must always start with self. And it's about you being connected, darling dears. Your connection to, it's your soul connection. Okay. you was feeling unbalanced before, feeling a lot of heartache, a lot of grief, a lot of disconnection, hopelessness in a situation. Well, whatever you've been going through, it's over. And again, I'm feeling heavy Chiron energy for you over the next 7 days. Base of the deck, darling dear. Someone's going to try and guilt you out. Guilt you back into service, eh? Someone wants to be walking behind you with one of these. Yeah. You better not let them guilt you back into wickedness. Remember, it's the energy of the 12th house. The 12th house is also of what? The house of rumors, darling dears. Heinous gossip. Yeah, if you listen to it, it'll cause a lot of what? Self-deception, darling dears, or you deceiving yourself, darling dears, if you believe that these are your friends, this person or people that you're gonna have to release. It also speaks about once you release them, because the 12th house is also about your old age. This is gonna take you on, darling dears. You will go on. Something to do with elephants. Is that your totem animal? Is it? Okay, let's go. All right, but also with elephants, while I'm on the subject, you have to remember, you as a big cat, you have to have the memory of an elephant, darling dears. Just like that lady in India, the one that murked that lady twice. Yes, murked her at the watering pot, and while she was on the prayer, she was in death, darling dears. Proper brown bread, right? She turned up at the funeral, whipped her off the prayer, darling dears, and then what? Beat her down again, darling dears. It was a double contract on one person. And then the elephant called all of its brethren over, and then they went to her house and they broke down only her house. Listen, that's what I call major beef, darling dears. Major beef. Let's carry on. Don't let no one guilt you back to a situation that you've already forgiven and put down. Remember, I told you that. Let's get a deck. Got the 7 of Cups in reverse, darling dears. The good, the golly, and the gosh. It speaks about you're gonna start getting some clarity in the situation, darling dears. You're not gonna be trapped by any illusions. Again, the 12th house. Yeah. It's time for you to what? Narrow your focus, darling dears, and make choices that are grounded in your reality. Yeah. This is about you no longer chasing fantasies or the fantasy of a person, people, place, or thing. This is about you aligning yourself with your true desires. Wow! Keeping that one. Let's give it a good shufti. Clarity is going to run a foot. Is a foot, darling dears. It's a foot. Okay. Yeah, what's this? 4 of Swords. Okay, healing from a situation or circumstance, or getting the realization of a situation or circumstance, darling. There's the good, the golly, and the gosh. For some of you, it's a rest period, darling. There's recuperating from some kind of stress, some kind of conflict. Some of you are going to be retreating mentally as well as physically, darling dears, to recoup from whatever it is that you are overcoming at this moment in time. I love it. Yeah. It's about you needing to, you're getting the clarity, but it's about you taking a break before you make any further decisions. Base of the deck, Queen of Pentacles. Here's the gossip, darling dears. She's turned right up on time. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles, whether male or female, is someone who is proper jealous of everyone. They're even jealous of your eyelashes, darling dears. Queen of Pentacles in reverse is someone, some people would see her as a formidable enemy, right? If you are, how can I put it? If you feel like you want to be pushed around, somebody taking over your confidence, darling dears. Yeah. This is if it's a partner, this is a cheater. If it's a friend, this ain't your friend. This is a front tabber. Yeah, they go for the white meat, darling dears. Someone who likes drama. They've got a bad temper, very superficial, darling dears. And in some cases, this woman can also represent a lady of the night. You know what a lady of the night means, darling dears. All of this and that. Hermit energy. Look, you're isolating yourself from this situation, darling dears. Clarity is coming to the situation, but it also speaks about you taking some kind of mental break, possibly hence the energy of the Sun card, some form of travel, or the moving from one place to another. What about your relationships over the next 7 days? 2 cards jumped out. We've got the Page of Swords and the King of Pentacles in the upright, darling dears. This could represent you, whether you are male or female. The King of Pentacles in the upright, darling dears. You should know that you're going to be going to a more financially secure position in life, darling dears. You're moving towards it. This also speaks about you taking some kind of a risk. You could also be an entrepreneur. It could be something in building, the sciences, finances. But we also had the element of entertainment. You could be doing something entertaining. Somebody would like to come back and apologize. But the Page of Swords also says, what? Be curious, but be cautious, darling dears. You've already put down your 2 of Swords. No longer blinded by anything in the past, darling dears. King of Pentacles is also saying that everything's going to work out. And if it's not worked out, it's because it's not at the end yet, darling dears. You've still got to go through. But as far as a relationship, darling dears, you're letting go of a situation. If it's a partner, this person is a liar and a cheat, darling dears. I don't know which one is worse. 10th house is about your status and the ancestral energy joining it. You've also got what? Temperance, darling dears. You're going to be able to manage your finances and your money much better once you leave this situation. It also speaks about you having patience. Look, now we've got the Sun energy in reverse. Whoever you're leaving behind, darling dears, they don't like the lossation of you, darling dears. This person has got low self-esteem, darling dears, and they're not going to enjoy this breakup. It's the breakup of a bad relationship, a bad friendship, but it's definitely, most definitely over. We're hearing a lot of arguments. Again, the free that's depicted by the dice, darling dears. Lots of arguments going on in a relationship. No going, and it's also what? Sun energy. Somebody's also going to be cancelling some travel plans that they had. Don't go on holiday with this person, right? Even if you're still considering, don't go, darling dears. You won't enjoy your time away with this person, as I said. Yeah, no point chucking good after bad, darling dears. Let it move on. As far as your friendships concerned, look, no faith in a friendship, darling dears. Letting go of a situation. Yeah, people that don't conform to what you want, which is in 11-11 fade. Everyone working together. They don't even want that, darling dears. They just want to argue or keep you stuck. Yeah. The 11-11 fade also speaks about you're going to be invited to some kind of a celebration. You're going to have a lot of social times over the next 7 days. A party, a wedding, a celebration, some kind of seminar. But it's all going to be a blessing in your life, darling dears. It speaks about the peace that you are now bringing into your existence. You're going to be entering in a more stable phase, darling dears, once you let go of the pretenders to your throne. Whether it's a lover, a friend, whatever. But it's definitely leaving a situation. For some, you're leaving a job, darling dears. This is the offer that you think you're going to take the offer, darling dears, because it's going to be more aligned with what you want to be doing at this moment in time. Split the deck. Queen of Wands, 2 queens on the table means lots of gossip, darling dears. It also tells me that you're a forward thinker. You're fire energy, highly spiritual, darling dears. This change that's going on with you, darling dears, is going to be dramatic. Yeah, people's going to be like, oh, when did that happen? Listen, it's been happening all along, darling dears. You're going through something that's related to your Chiron. Find out where the Chiron is on your birth natal chart. But it's about you tapping into your ambition, having new drive, new will to move forward to the Empress, darling dears, the baddest of them all. Again, it's about knowing your worth. It speaks about abundance. Empress is also Earth and Venus energy, so it's the Saturn and Libra, the Taurus and the Libra energy. Excuse-moi s'il vous plaît. The energy of the Taurus is about how you make your money, darling dears, how you acquire your wealth, your values, things that you value, things like your car, your furniture, your clothes, yeah, things like that. But it's also the energy of the 2nd house. I mean, sorry, why am I quoting all these different houses, darling dears? The 7th house. The 7th house is about your one-to-one relationships, darling dears. You're wanting truth in a situation. It also speaks about doing something in the beauty field. But it's again about knowing your worth in a situation and choosing you in a situation. No more fighting. Whoever you've been fighting with, it's over, darling. There's again energy of the what? 7. You're in genius mode, learning a new level of wisdom. Moon energy is the fakerzoid friends that you had around you. Yeah. Enemies, darling dears. These enemies are going to be revealed to you over the next 7 days. Remember, I told you that. They thought, they felt they had a negative advantage. Well, they would have if you'd stayed in that situation. But because you've had a what? Change of heart, darling dears. Time to confront your fears, darlings dears, and keep it pushing, keep it moving. Yeah, 5 of Swords. Yeah, one-upmanship. You've got the Wheel of Fortune and the 2 of Swords. You had to choose this for you, darling dears. It shows a narcissist, someone who is an inherent gossip, slanderer. Yeah, merchant of slander. Jeremiah 9:4. But this is about you, what? Ripping off that blindfold, darling dears. Again, we've got the energy of Libra. Yeah, crashing that under your flip-flop, darling dears. Not putting up with it. This is a new beginning for you, darling dears. One where you have more clarity and more focus. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune is fate, destiny, and good luck. It also speaks about the cycles of life. But somebody could also be coming into some kind of property. It could be for an inheritance, an investment. But it could also mean a win on the lottery for some, darling dears. After all, this is going to be the luckiest week. This week, darling dears. This week that we're actually in. This is because of where I'm doing this reading from. It's last week. It's last week. This is about last week's energy. You could win a lottery, darling dears, but it's about forward movement. The Wheel of Fortune, darling dears. It speaks of you having high self-esteem. As I said, it could also speak about a soulmate coming into your life, some kind of marriage material, darling dears. For some, not all, just some, because not everybody's banking on that kind of a life, darling dears. But definitely fate, destiny, and good luck is on your side. Progress is the only way forward. Yes. A new cycle for you, darling dears, with new opportunities and lots of energy flowing to you because of what you're releasing. Again, call your ancestors whenever you need their assistance. We'll get one final card, and then we're out of here to get great. Jumped right out. You're being given a gift, darling dears. The energy of the gift, it speaks about being in the present. Why? Today is a gift, darling dears. Nobody knows what their tomorrow will bring for them. It also speaks about being gifted someone. It could, for some, this is an ancestor, somebody leaving you something. Because once somebody passed, darling dears, they immediately become your ancestor. Okay. But definitely being gifted with something, darling dears. And it could also win on a lottery. But as I said, whatever travel plans you've got going on, it's going to go extremely well. Base of the deck, darling dears, change is afoot. Again, the energy of this 1 and 7 goes to 8. 8 is the number of what? Money and karma.com. And as I said, you are releasing, because change is most definitely afoot from the 8 to the 7. Yep. On that note, I drops me mic. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share these messages or massages with whomsoever you feel needs it. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Big Cat Wave. Until we meet again on these Tarot streets. Cat, 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 cat.